Hi, friends. Welcome. Something is just not right with the camera angle. So I'm working on that. Come on over to Insight Timer. Hello, friends. Welcome. Hmm. Thank you for joining for today's session. We'll get started shortly. I'm just something my camera angle got messed up, so I'm just wanting to make sure that it is. Why does that look so off center? Because it is. Well, I guess it just kind of is what it is today. That's a little better. I guess it doesn't really matter. What I can really do, since we'll be on the floor today, is I can bring this closer, which is kind of nice because then we can feel a little more connected in our practice that way. Thanks for your patience while I work this out. Well, that's still very off, but it will have to do, and we'll be closer at least. Okay. Oh, so sorry to hear, Steph. I sprained mine, so we'll be doing lots of modifications today that will probably be very suitable for your ankle. I wish you much ease and grace in your healing journey. Hi, Like. Yes, very, very blessed. All right, great. Well, if you're not here with us on Insight Timer, I do invite you to join over on Insight Timer. And friends, let's see here. I think, you know what? I'm just going to play with moving this even closer today. So I may actually be able to see your chats from the mat, which doesn't usually happen because I'm too far away. Okay. My mobility is really limited, so I have to kind of make sure this is all set up properly before we begin our session today. All right, I think that's going to be good. I'm just going to hobble over to my mat, make sure you can still hear me before I come all the way down to the ground. How's our sound? Can you, if I speak quietly, can you still hear me through the mic, through the headset? How is that for you, my friends? Hi, Valerie. Okay, great. Hi, Cindy. Okay, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. All right. Yes, same, my love. Okay, let's see here. I invite you to have whatever props you would like to use for today's practice. The only two props I'm going to have, one is a pillow. So, Steph, you may wish to have a pillow also to support your ankle. You may be wearing a boot too. Please keep that on. And I invite everyone to, at the very least, have a large towel. And we're going to roll this towel up and use it for support during our practice today. And of course, anything else that you wish. Hi, Neil. It's so nice. I can't. You're still a little far away, but I can at least read your chats for the. I have to squint a little, but I can see them from the ground, which is nice. All right, great. Oh, now my clock's all the way over there, but I'm not getting up again. I can see the clock here. We're good to go. Welcome, everyone. Grateful to be together. For anyone I'm getting to meet today for the first time, my name is Selena Layel. We normally have a Vinyasa yoga asana session on Fridays at this time, but as you can see, I have an ankle injury and very limited mobility. And rather than skipping another week, I wanted to at least come together and do a little bit of stretching, some strengthening, all from the floor. So that's what we'll be doing today. Because of my limited mobility, I will only be taking certain poses so far. If at any time you feel like you'd like to take a pose deeper or further or do a completely different pose from what I'm doing, please feel free to do so. Yes, this is your practice, your time with you for us to be together in community, but this is really about you honoring your body and your needs. So please do that at any time. Take care of yourself, honor what you're needing. Thank you, Christine. Let's see what else. Couple logistics. If you're newer to our time together, I have mini recordings here on the app. I have two courses. One is called Yogic Practices for a Peaceful Life, and it's different awareness, meditation, breathing practices that we can do to really enhance our well being. And the other is called Awaken My Heart, a guide to living with self love. And you can probably guess what that one is about. We also have a group here on the app called Love Heals All. It's a community chat room, essentially, that is open to everyone and really a space for us to show up as we are, truly, authentically, without having to pretend that we're anything or anywhere other than where we are. Yes. And I think that is all. This will be a 60-minute practice. And again, please feel free to modify, do whatever your body is needing safely, mindfully during our time together. For anyone who's uh, maybe newer to yoga or thinks of yoga only as the physical postures, yoga is so much more than just the postures or asanas. It is a path to living a life of greater harmony within and with the world around us, greater access to peace, fulfillment, freedom. And it really is like an ancient roadmap. All of these different techniques and teachings that help to guide us back home to ourselves. Yoga, union with the self, all aspects of our experience, union with the people, with the world, with the planets around us, this oneness that we are with all of life, and awakening to that. So these physical postures are just part of that journey. All right. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position. Again, I will be modifying during our whole practice today. So please don't feel that you need to sit like I am. This is just my only option. Yes. So from a seated position, let's sit tall. And this is where you may want to start to even use this towel now. You can rock your weight forward, place the towel just underneath the tip of your tailbone so it starts to tilt your sit bones and your pelvis forward. This is a nice thing that you can use during your meditation practice or during seated asanas, or maybe you feel like you're falling back. This is a nice way to give us a little bit of assistance forward so that we feel less strain in the back and the legs and the whole body. I think I'm going to not use that for me right now, though. But please feel free to use it if you wish. Let's sit tall. Roll one shoulder up, back, and down, and the other shoulder up, back, and down. Allow a space between the teeth. Close the eyes or just allow the gaze to be soft, looking down. Chin is slightly tucked, back of the neck is long. Take a slow, deep breath in. Pause and hold the breath. Exhale slowly and completely through the nose. Feel your navel drawing in as you press the rest of the breath out. Inhale slowly and deeply. Feel the belly, the rib cage, the chest expanding with the breath. Hold. Relax the body. And then exhale, chest, rib cage, belly softens in. Take a few more conscious breaths like this. Inhale, belly, then rib cage, then chest expand with breath. Hold, relax the face, the shoulders. Exhale slowly through the nose. Chest relaxes, rib cage softens, belly softens. One more breath like this. Breathe naturally. Bring the palms to touch at the heart in Anjali Mudra. We'll chant the sound of Om one time together. Let's take a deep, full breath in the way that we just did. Om. Slightly bow the chin. Feel this posture of reverence, gratitude, humility in your body. Set your intention, your sankalpa for practice. Hmm, beautiful. Release the hands. Crown of the head lifts up toward the sky. Mm. And just start to take in the space around you. Let your eyes absorb the light or different colors, shapes. Feel your mind becoming present as you are here in this space. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen up, shoulders relax down, palms touch. Exhale, bring the hands together at the heart. Inhale, reach the arms wide, lengthen up, draw the navel toward the spine. Exhale slowly to the heart. Inhale, reach the arms wide, lengthen up, keep the shoulders relaxed. Exhale. Beautiful. Bring the left fingertips directly out from the left hip. Keep the right hip rooted. Inhale, reach the right arm up and over again. Drop the shoulders down. If you have space here, you can bend the bottom elbow. Keep rooting down through the right hip. Relax the jaw and the face. Breathe fully, deeply. Inhale, rise up through center. Exhale, right fingertips come directly out from the hip. Keep that left hip rooted. Let's take a breath in to reach the arm up and over. You may wish to bend the bottom elbow. Keep that opposite hip rooted. Feel the shoulders drawing away from the ears. Breathe fully and deeply. I guess fully and deeply could be redundant, couldn't it? Breathe deeply. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale here and just take a moment, just with this little bit of movement with the body. Notice what's moving inside now. Maybe there's tingling, vibrating, some heat starting to move. Great. Let's come down onto the back. Again, today is going to be about strengthening and stretching. Thank you for honoring your body and doing what feels best and appropriate for you today. Extend the left leg down, hug the right knee into the chest. Roll the right ankle. Slow rotations. Really find that full range of motion. Change directions. Relax the foot. Drop the knee down a little bit toward the floor and toward the right shoulder a little more. Breathe deeply. Hmm. Extend the right leg up to the sky. Draw the navel toward the spine. Flex the left foot. You can keep the left foot on the mat. Feel your low back pressing down into the mat. Really press out through the right heel. If you can, have the heel up toward the sky. We're just activating the leg here. Interlace the hands behind the center of the right thigh and begin to press your right thigh into your hands. Feel this counter resistance here, or this resistance as you try to keep your right leg from moving down with your hands. Great. And release. Hug the knee into the chest again. Extend the leg down the mat. And if it isn't clear, I have this little pillow down here for my injured ankle. I wouldn't normally have this pillow here. It can actually cause some hyperextension. So please don't mimic me unless you have an injured ankle as well. Yes? Extend the right leg down, hug the left knee into the chest. Whew. You may notice that one side feels different from the other. Roll through the left ankle. I'm not rolling through my ankle because it's not ready for that much motion yet. And drop the left knee down and toward the left shoulder a little if possible. Extend the left leg up to the sky. And it's okay. Maybe your leg doesn't straighten here. You may have tight hamstrings and may have the knees bent. That's perfectly okay. Your body doesn't need to look like my body. And many of our bodies won't look like each other's bodies, right? Press the low back down, flex both feet. You can see I'm not flexing my left foot because of my ankle. Flex both feet. Press the left heel up toward the sky. Really active legs here. Low back continues to press down, starting to fire up the legs. Interlace the hands behind the center of the left thigh. Begin to press the thigh into the hands. Keep that nice tight grip so the thigh doesn't move down. And release. Interlace the hands in front of the left knee again. Hug that knee in toward the chest. Notice if there's any difference. Lovely. Let's hug both knees into the chest. Have your hands on the tops of the knees so you have a little more space here to move. Press your knees away from you. See how my arms start to straighten. Take the knees out to the sides. Make big circles to bring them back in toward the chest. So nice big circles here in the hips. You might even feel like this is a bit of a massage for your low back, your sacrum. Change directions. Are you still breathing deeply as your breath becomes shallow? And just notice, maybe you'd like to deepen it. Very good. Let's just plant the feet for a moment. Move the hips a little side to side here. Let's release any gripping or unconscious tension in the hips. We're going to start to move into some core strengthening and abdominal strengthening. Please be really mindful take care of your body and do what you're needing to do. Yes? Extend the legs up to the sky. Draw the navel toward the spine. And actually, before we do this, let's plant the feet again. If you like, if you feel like there's any strain when you lift your legs, or if you know you're still working on your core strength, I invite you to place your hands underneath your hips with the palms facing down. This will give you a little more support while we do these exercises. So you can have your hands here or to the outside. Please do what serves you. Legs up to the sky, draw the navel in, press the low back down. We're going to start with scissors here. So flex both feet. Again, I'm only flexing my right foot. So the legs are really starting to be active. Slowly, with control, lower the left leg down. Keep that right foot up toward the sky. Let that left heel hover above the floor and then draw it back up. And we'll lower the right leg down, nice and controlled. Keep pressing out through both heels. Let it hover and draw it up. We'll start here with these single leg lifts. If you'd like to start to work with the breath, inhale slowly as you lower the leg, and exhale as you bring that leg up, maybe with a little bit of speed, or I should just say a little faster than that lower. Exhale through the nose. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Chin is slightly tucked so the back of the neck is long, no strain in the upper body. Once you bring that right leg back up, hug the knees into the chest, give your body a moment to just feel what's happening. Place the hands under the hips again if you wish. Extend the legs up to the sky. Although today is a much more slow and mindful practice than what we often do in our vinyasa flow, this can still be very intentional and very powerful. So I invite you to really find in your own body what allows these postures to feel like they're really making an impact. Or maybe you just want to feel into how nice it is not to be rushing through life. Yes. Option to do single leg lifts the way we just did, or we're going to start to alternate. So we're going to extend this right foot up toward the right shoulder while the left leg lowers. Keep both feet flexed, legs are active, and then we'll switch legs. Left foot comes up toward left shoulder as we lower the right. So you see we're alternating here. So first option, do what we just did. Second option is to join me here, or any variation that feels good for your body. We can inhale as we bring the legs closer together and then exhale as they start to come apart. If you're feeling complete before I have us finish, please feel free to stop, rest. We'll do 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug the knees into the chest. Allow the knees to fall out wide here. Rock a little side to side with wide knees. Great. Just a little more here on the back, and then we're going to start to move around slowly. Ah. All right. We're going to move into bicycle crunches. Feel free to put the feet down if you need a rest for a moment. Give your hip flexors a little bit of room to breathe. For the bicycle crunches, I invite you to bring your fingertips to the tops of your shoulders. Many of us are used to interlacing the hands behind the head, and we often will yank on the neck. So we're going to avoid that completely by just gently touching the tops of the shoulders. Elbows are still pointing forward rather than out to the sides here. With the feet lifted, we're going to do these nice and controlled. Extend your right leg out as you bring your right, what is this, elbow to left knee. And then we're going to cross left elbow, right knee as you extend. So take your time here. You're not pulling on the shoulders. Curl up through the upper spine to reach the elbow for the knee and breathe. Nice twist here as we bring the knee up. Maybe lift the corners of the mouth. Again, if you're ready to complete before I do, please feel free to do so and just rest. We'll go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Release the feet down, reach the arms up by the ears, palms up to the sky. Reach up. Very nice, everyone. Take a moment here just to notice what's happening. Sometimes, if we're feeling sluggish or heavy or just low energy, doing some core work is a great way to start to wake up the vitality of the body and even a little joy at times. Roll over to one side and use your hands to press yourself up. We're going to make our way over onto the knees as gracefully as possible. Ah. Wrists beneath shoulders, knees beneath hips. Inhale, crown and tailbone lift. Exhale, spine to sky, chin to chest. Move through your cat-cow with awareness. Really feel the breath and the body moving together. The space that's being created through the movement. Root down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs and see that the creases of your wrists are parallel to the top of the mat. Allow a space between the teeth. Feel your jaw soften. On your next inhalation, come back to a neutral spine. Walk the hands far forward. Draw the navel toward the spine. Keep the hips high. Melt the heart down. Rest the forehead toward the mat. If you have a lot of space here and it feels good and nourishing, you can bring the chin to the mat. But as always, being flexible doesn't mean that, well, first of all, there's a common misconception that we need to be flexible to do yoga asanas, and this is not true because yoga asanas are not ultimately about executing a pose. It's about the journey of being with ourself, self-awareness, exploration, movement of energy, strengthening, stretching. So just because we're flexible enough to do something doesn't necessarily mean that we should, meaning sometimes we can even go too far when we're stretching. So there's always room for exploration. Asking your body, asking your intuition, does this feel right for me today? And it may change day to day. Inhale, rise up, press into the palms, walk the hands back, draw the navel toward the spine. Feel how that lengthens your low back rather than dropping down here. We draw the navel in, starting to lengthen that lumbar spine. So we're going to play a little bit with flow in our limited mobility. Yes. You're welcome to come into a plank pose here if you like. Make sure your knees are underneath your hips here. If you are working from your knees with me, that's great as well. From here, we're going to lower down. Keep the elbows in as close as you can, not underneath you, but to the sides of the body. Draw the navel toward the spine. We're slowly going to lower down in our push up all the way to the belly. Make your way all the way to the belly. Forehead is down. Extend the arms up along the ears. Ooh, I'm too close to my beloved plant here for this one today. So I might have I'll do something different with my arms, but you can have your arms extended along your ears with the thumbs pointing up toward the sky. Press your pubic bone down into the mat. Bring your legs closer together. Lift up through your upper body. Keep rooting down through the pubic bone. Gaze is down at the ground. Back of the neck is long. You can keep the legs down for this first one. Ardha Shalabhasana, half locust pose. And lower it down. Bring the arms alongside the body, one cheek to the mat. Relax the glutes, the shoulders. Starting to wake up the body. Forehead or chin to the mat. Bring the legs closer together if they've splayed apart at all. Press your pubic bone down into the mat. The pubic bone is that flat bone in the front of the pelvis under your lower abdomen. Bring your arms up alongside your ears, or you can keep them down along your body if you're still really working on your strength here. Press the backs of the hands down into the mat, whichever option works best for you. Pubic bone is rooted. Inhale, lift the upper body, and if you wish, the lower body as well. Chin is slightly tucked, back of the neck is long. Look down at the mat. If your legs are splaying wide, bring them closer together. Maybe squeeze the glutes to lift the legs a little higher. Maybe lift the whole body a little higher. One more breath here. And lower when you're ready. Opposite cheek to the mat, arms alongside the body. Let it all go. Great, so now we're going to play a little bit with the flow here. Bring your legs a little closer together again. If you're going to come up into a plank pose, you can tuck your toes under. Otherwise, take whatever position you like with your feet if you're only coming up to your knees like I will be. Bring your forehead or your chin to the mat. Bend your elbows. Plant your palms next to your rib cage. Draw your navel toward your spine. Press yourself up into your plank pose or into your push-up on your knees. So this is where we're going to flow a little bit here. We're going to come down either from plank or from the knees onto the belly again, and then we'll lift up into our Ardha or half Shalabhasana or full Shalabhasana the way we just practiced. And then we're going to come back up into our plank pose. Feel free to watch this first time, but I'll guide us. So let's slowly lower down all the way to the belly. Reach the arms alongside the ears. Lift up half or full locust pose, lifting the legs and the upper body, just the upper body. And then exhale, lower, plant the palms, press yourself back up. Beautiful. So let's see, what flow with the breath can we do here? Let's play with inhaling as we lower. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. So let's play with that. Inhale, lower down to the belly. Exhale, lift up half or full body. Inhale to lower. That doesn't make sense. How can we do that? Really, because actually, when we do our asana practice, the breath is an important part of what is happening with the physical postures. So let's take a breath in here. We'll play with this together. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. That feels better. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Beautiful. We'll do this a couple more times. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Beautiful. Stay here in your plank pose, or from your knees, draw the navel toward the spine. Reach your tailbone down. Very active. Press into the palms, lift up out of the shoulders, out of the wrists. Beautiful. Press your hips back toward your heels. Let's come into Balasana or child's pose, which I can't really take, but let your heels, your glutes rest on or toward your heels. Relax your upper body down. Breathe deeply. Notice what's happening inside. Relax your neck, your shoulders, glutes. Recall your sankalpa, the intention that you set for practice. Repeat it in your mind, feel it in your heart. One more breath here. Inhale to come back up to all fours. Lovely. Draw the navel toward your spine. Extend back through the left leg and kick your right foot out to the right a little behind you so you have some support here. You can root down through the sole of the left foot if that feels good. Bring your weight into your right hand. Reach your left arm up and over. Very nice. Again, lift up out of that bottom shoulder rather than collapsing down. Really reach through the fingertips. And you can play with the placement of your extended leg. You'll find if you bring it back, you might feel the stretch more in this hip flexor region. If you bring it forward, you might feel it someplace else. So play with that placement. Mm. One of my favorite stretches. Side body stretches are wonderful for moving stagnant energy and helping us wake up more, feel more energized. Beautiful. Make a big circle. Bring your left hand up to the sky, down toward your foot, and then down toward the mat. Inhale, reach the arm up, back, and then exhale as you complete your circle. Use your breath. Full deep breath. We'll bring that left hand all the way down and bring the body back to all fours, centered on the mat. Rock the hips a little side to side. Second side, extend the right leg back, roll to the inside of the foot. Kick your left leg out to the left a little, so you have that balance support there. Weight in the left hand, reach the right arm up and over. And again, you can play with the placement of the right leg. Lift up out of that bottom shoulder. Shoulders pull away from ears. Extend through that right side body. Reach with the fingertips. Conscious breathing. Inhale, reach the right arm up toward the sky. And as you bring it down toward the ground, exhale. Big circles. Inhale to reach up. Exhale to bring it back and down. Bring the right hand all the way down. Bring yourself back to our, what is this? Tabletop position. Rock the hips a little side to side. So we're going to either move into that same stretch if you wish, or we're going to play with a little bit of strengthening from that pose. Extend back through your left leg, roll to the inside of the foot. Kick your right leg out to the right a little for balance here. And bring your weight into the right hand. So this might be where you are today. You're just going to be playing with this stretch. This might be enough balance for you already. If you'd like to play a little bit with strengthening and balance here, we're going to lift the left leg. Option to stay here. You see, I'm reaching my leg or my arm along my ear. Option to stay here and play with the lift, or we're going to exhale as we bring the elbow toward the knee. We inhale to lengthen, and we exhale to bring it in. Draw the navel toward the spine. Very nice, everyone. Be where you are. Remember, comparison is the thief of joy, so honor your body. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Extend. And bring it all down. Very nice. Come back to tabletop. Rock the hips a little side to side. You might find it feels good to press your hips forward a little bit here. Release some of that hip flexor tension. We'll move on to the second side. Extend back through the right leg. Kick that left leg out to the left a little. Bring the weight in the left hand. And again, you might just be playing with your balance here. That's perfectly great if that's what you're choosing. If you'd like to play a little bit here with me, which I'm not sure actually how much I'm going to do on this side. So please just follow my guidance if you don't see me doing it. I don't know how much my left ankle can handle this. I'm kind of balancing on my knee here. We'll lift that right leg and bring the arm along the ear. And then the last option to play is to exhale as you bring the elbow and the knee closer together. We inhale to extend, and we exhale to bring it in. Draw the navel toward the spine. Go ahead and do a couple more if you're here. And then we'll extend and bring it all down. Rock the hips a little side to side. And let's give our wrists some relief here. Come up onto your knees. Turn your palms forward. Bring your little fingers together here like this. And then from here, begin to slowly roll down your fingers, maybe onto your palms. If you're here and you're really not feeling much of anything at all, begin to walk your body back so that your knees are further away from your fingers. I'm actually going to go the opposite direction because of my ankle, but I invite you to go backwards if you're looking for more of a stretch. And only create more space, only move backwards if your palms are already completely flat and you're not feeling much of a stretch here. There's no need to strain ever in our asana practice, but especially in these types of poses where there's so much tension that's being worked on here. Breathe deeply, draw the navel toward the spine. Wonderful. Rock the weight forward if it's back. Very slowly, slowly turn your hands around. Press yourself back up onto the knees or the shins. Interlace the hands. Very gentle, very slow. wrist rolls here and change directions. Beautiful. Give a little shake. Make your way all the way down to the belly. We're going to move into Bhujangasana Cobra. I invite you to keep your pubic bone completely rooted for this posture. So this flat bone in the front of the pelvis here, it's going to stay connected to the earth. Forehead to the mat. Plant the palms next to the rib cage. Fingers point up toward the shoulders. Keep the elbows in close and start to draw them down. So you'll feel the elbows and the shoulders pulling down toward the heels. Gently press your pubic bone down. Inhale, curl up through the spine here. So we're lifting up through the upper body. Now, if you're here and you're not feeling much of a stretch, of course, you can press more into the hands to lift yourself. I'd also like to create a little bit of play here. So, for example, you may want to play with bringing your hands a little further forward and out so you have a little more space to extend the arms. But see here, I'm still keeping my pubic bone connected to the mat. And this is only for those of us that this feels safe and good. There's absolutely no need to go that deep. For some of us, this is as high as we're going to lift right here. So we'll be here for a few breaths. Find a posture or a position with this that feels healthy and happy for your body. You can see I'm coming up and down a couple of times here, so feel free to do that as well. For some of us, this might be a nice way to stretch those abdominal muscles. And when you're ready, come all the way down. Rest the forehead on the mat. Relax the glutes. Feel what's happening inside. Wonderful. Press into your palms. To press yourself back up to all fours, come to a seated position. This is a nice time to have your towel rolled up. And again, I invite you to place it. Sorry, it's difficult for me to turn to the side to show quickly. But the idea here is that we're rocking the weight forward just enough so you can tuck the towel underneath the tailbone and it starts to tilt the pelvis forward here. Okay, great. So now you can mimic me. Extend your right leg out to a 45-degree angle or so here. Bring the left foot into the inner thigh, and your torso is centered over your hips, so we're not turning anywhere yet. Inhale, lengthen up, reach the arms up. Exhale, now turn your torso over your extended leg and reach forward. So we're lengthening before we come into any kind of a forward fold here. Flex the right foot so the toes point up to the sky. Again, I can't really flex like that, but we really want to keep this leg nice and active. Draw the navel toward the spine. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, allow yourself to relax over the leg as much as possible. Shoulders drop away from ears. And as always, we start our 60 minutes after that little intro that I give in the very beginning. So our practice today will end at about 6 after the hour, or if you're in some place like India, 36 after the hour. Inhale, use your hands to roll up the spine if you're forward. We'll change sides. Exhale if you haven't. Extend that left leg out to a diagonal. Let's see if I can actually bring this foot in here. I don't know if I can actually, so I might just keep that leg extended. Steph, you may want to just keep your your broken ankle extended also. So, but for the rest of you, I invite you to bend your right leg and bring the right sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Inhale, lengthen up, reach up. Exhale, turn the torso over the left leg and then begin to hinge forward. Draw the navel toward the spine. Inhale to lengthen. Feel the crown of the head reaching toward that foot. And then exhale to relax as much as you can over that leg. You may be sitting completely upright with the tension in your back body, and that's perfectly okay. Keep the left foot flexed. Slow, deep breaths. On your next inhalation, use your hands to slowly come back up to a seat and center. You can take your hands out to the sides, make little tents with your fingers to sit tall, and just notice what's happening inside. Sensations, thoughts, emotions, everything passing through your awareness like clouds in the sky. Lovely. Bring your right leg in so that it now extends directly out from the hip. Bring the left sole of the foot back into that inner thigh. And now the torso is turned so that it's facing this extended leg. Flex the right toes. Draw the navel in. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward. Come into your forward fold again. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale to relax the torso as much as you can. Shoulders pull away from ears. Place the hands wherever it feels good. You can take a bind around the foot if you wish. Slow, deep breaths. How can you practice being here and now? On your next inhalation, slowly come back up to a seat. Pause in stillness. And change sides. Extend the left leg forward directly out from the hip. Bend. Let's see, maybe if I have a towel here, I can do this one. Bend your right leg and bring the sole of the foot into the inner thigh. I think this is where my ankle's allowing me today. Inhale, lengthen up. Torso's turned over the left thigh. Exhale forward. I might have to keep the leg extended. We'll see. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, relax the torso as you fold over the leg. And draw the navel toward the spine. Take whatever hand position you wish. On your next inhalation, slowly come back up if you're forward. Take a moment to pause. Beautiful. I don't know if I can take it, but I invite you to take Baddha Konasana and bring the soles of the feet together. Yeah, I think I can do a version of it. And then bring the feet back toward the body as much as you can. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to hinge forward. You can take the hands to the tops of the feet if you wish, or any placement that feels supportive for your body. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward, or maybe just lean forward a little. Inhale to slowly roll up the spine. Head is the top of the head is the last part of the body to come up. Again, just notice what's happening inside. Notice any subtle shifts between the beginning of practice and now, or maybe not so subtle shifts. Let's make our way down onto the back. You may wish to keep this towel handy and place it behind your knees when we move into Shavasana. We'll take a twist. Let's see, I'm not sure what twist my ankle can do, so please feel free to take any version of a twist you like. Let's bend the knees, bring them up toward the chest, take the arms out to the sides. If you don't have enough space, you can always bend the elbows, coming into a cactus shape. Bring the knees over to the right and allow them to just drop down as much as they naturally do. If you can, keep your left shoulder rooted. You may wish to bring your right hand to that top of that thigh. And then turn your chin toward your left shoulder. Breathe. Feel that left hip dropping down toward the bottom left corner of your mat. Relax the jaw, the glutes. One more breath here. Slowly come back to center. And we'll move over to the other side. So allow the knees to fall over to the left. Keep the right shoulder rooted if possible. Turn the chin toward the right shoulder, and you can use the left hand to support the top thigh down, if that feels good. One more breath here. Slowly come back to center. Let the knees fall out wide, rock side to side. And when you're ready, extend the legs down the mat. Take the feet wide, toes fall out to the sides. Arms alongside the body. Palms face upward. Go ahead and if it feels good, wiggle your body. Just kind of gently wiggle through your whole body from your head down to your toes. This helps to release unconscious tension, gentle wiggles. And then find stillness. Eyes are closed. Feel your body sinking down, supported by the earth. Allow your breath to be however it is naturally. For these next moments, give yourself this gift of stillness. Nothing to do, fix, or change. You can just be. I invite you to stay here longer if you wish. If you're ready to complete, slowly move your fingers and toes, welcoming conscious awareness back to the body, to this moment in time. Slowly move your arms to reach up along your ears. Take a stretch from the toes to the fingers. When you're ready, bend your knees and roll over onto one side. Stay here for a breath or two. With the eyes closed, feel yourself held, supported in this moment, and really always, even if we don't feel it. When you're ready, use your hands to press yourself up to a seat with the eyes closed. Palms touch at the heart and Anjali Mudra. Offer yourself gratitude for taking this time for you. And we'll complete practice offering the benefit to all beings. We'll chant Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu 3 times. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May all beings in all of creation and all of the lokas, the dimensions, all of creation, may they be happy and free. Peace, peace, peace. Let's take a breath in. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you, beloveds. Thank you for sharing your practice, for being here. Oh, thank you, Angela. Great to see you. Thank you for your donations, friends. Thank you. Thank you for your financial support. It supports my well being, yes, so that I can take care of myself and live in this world. Thank you. I'm grateful. Oh, thanks, Molly. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks, Valerie. Thank you. Thank you, friends. Yes, quite a different type of asana practice from what we normally do. It's good though. It's good to take time to be more mindful, and those pauses that we take between postures are really valuable. There's there's a teaching that says enlightenment exists between the inhalation and the exhalation. And in some ways that can be true for our asana practice as well. When we practice these postures with the intentionality and the breath, It's moving energy through all the different energetic systems of the body, as well as the anatomical, more dense systems, the organs and different systems of the body. So when we take that pause between the postures, we have this opportunity to really become aware of what is happening inside. And it's that beautiful pause to be with ourselves. So much of our lives is just about getting from point A to point B, whether it's my work day to my family life or my, this to my that, or to this next goal. So those pauses to actually be, I don't know how many of you experience this, but there are definitely times where I feel like life is moving very fast. And I feel like I've been in one of those cycles lately, and it just feels like it's just going by so quickly. The weeks just are gone in a flash. And lately, I've just been just sitting with myself and saying, "This life is going to be over in the blink of an eye. Whether I live for another 50 years or another day, it's going to be over in the blink of an eye." So it's so important that I relish it, that I practice presence, that I slow down and enjoy this gift of life. How many of us live our lives just getting to the next thing in whatever way that is? We slow down, slow down. What is this life worth if it's just about being distracted on autopilot, getting from one thing to the next? Savor it. Even if it's the most boring moment or a moment that you're waiting for it to be over so something better can come, savor that moment. Savor this precious life. Savor the moments that you resist or that you feel bored the way you would like the most incredible food. I know not everyone's a dessert person, so I could say your favorite dessert, but your favorite food. Savor each moment the way you would. Because life is so precious and we miss so much of it being distracted. So much of it. Enjoy your precious life. Enjoy your precious experience of you. That's what this is. It's the ultimate gift of you experiencing you through your physical form, through your relationships with others. What a precious gift to be able to experience the self. Mm. Thank you all for your love, your presence, your donations. We'll come to a close now. If there's anything anyone wishes to share before I end the session, please feel free to do so. If you're not here with us on Insight Timer, I always invite you to join us on Insight Timer to be part of live experience, interactive experience. Steph, I don't know if you're still here, but sending lots of healing to your ankle. I imagine there were certain things you couldn't do today. Um, so I hope you found some benefit in what you were able to. Okay, friends. Thank you again for your presence, your donations, and love. Oh, wonderful love. I'm so glad. So glad. Join us in our group, Love Heals All, if you're not there already. We'll be together next week for our weekly satsang, where we will dive into different topics together and be together in community. And next week, we'll see. My ankle might be up for vinyasa next week. I might need another week before I can do that much flexion. So stay tuned. I will post updates in our group Love Heals all about that. And if you just register for the free session next Friday, then you'll receive an update if I change the session. It's currently listed as vinyasa. but you'll find out if it changes to what we more of what we did today. Okay. Thank you all. I'm so grateful to you and for you. Mm. You're in my heart always, always, truly. I love you. Mm. See you next week for more sweet time together. You can check all my live sessions on my profile page.